Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Thank you so much for being here again. And today I want to show you a couple of things. I want to show you three trades actually I took today, Wednesday, July the 2nd. And these trades that I took today were, I want to say, simple setups. They were simple setups. However, I will show you what led me to make these decisions, right? Because I know that as a beginner trader, if you're trading ICT or you have intentions of trading ICT, it is very difficult to trade not knowing what to do when it comes to bias. I know many ICT traders don't care about higher time frame bias. I do care about it. Is it 100% necessary? Probably not, but at least for my psychology, I do want to see what's going on in higher time frame. Like it gives me that extra confidence. Now, I know that I'm not going to be winning all the time, no matter what. No matter what. If I'm only following the 5 minute time frame or the 1 minute time frame, no matter what, there's nothing that's going to save me from losing. There's always going to be losses, right? It's always going to be losses. So this is my week so far. I took 3 positions today. The first one in the morning, I entered, I believe it was a few minutes before the New York session. I entered actually in London quite aggressively right here. But that was a nice setup. I spotted a nice divergence. S&P 500 had taken this previous highs. Notice that Nasdaq failed to go for this double top right here, right? That failure right there, look at this changing the state. We have a breaker block. We have if I zoom in right here, there's a little fair value gap right here inside the breaker. So this is a unicorn, right? The only thing is that look at when it's happening. It's actually happening before 8 a.m., right? New York session is this gray zone right here. That's when it starts. That's when I actually, that's my session, right? So I try to trade only my session. So notice what happens right here. When I took this trade, price actually got me on break even on this first entry that I made. I was trying to target this lows, which is these relative equal lows, right? That we created yesterday. Yesterday we had a big drop. Actually had losses yesterday, as you can see right here. I had 3 positions, 2 losses, 1 break even. Price drop right there. Notice that it stopped and then retraced back up. I love when price actually does this because this double bottom right there, that double bottom right here, that's liquidity. And as a beginner trader, you have to understand that one of the main things we normally look at is liquidity, right? As an ICT trader, we want to understand where liquidity is sitting, right? Now, when you see a double top or double bottom, that's liquidity for sure, right? The algorithm knows that, right? And the price will eventually go for those highs, right? What if you're a retail trader, you would actually be looking to buy, because if you look at this as a support right here, right? You're looking at this as a support. So I'm sure there's a lot of people trying to buy here, right? As soon as they see a bullish engulfing candle bouncing off of this potential double bottom, they enter, right? That's what they teach. If you're a retail trader, you buy from a support and you sell from a resistance, right? So when you buy, where do you place the stop loss? Usually, you place the stop loss below the support, right? That's why price normally goes, sweeps these lows, manipulates, and notice that push. So anyways, now you see what happened right there. I was stopped out on break even, but then I enter again in this position. When the price pulled back, I was in this sell with this candle. I was already in, but because the price pulled back quite deep, I enter again. As soon as I was taking another position, we had news today at 8:15. That's something I actually had forgotten, to be honest. And I made my entry again. And with the news, we had a big reaction to the downside right there. That was actually news. So Anyways, I hold it, price ended up hitting TP. Now, after sweeping right here, taking that liquidity finally, right? I said, this was actually very early. I was hitting TP already at 8:40 a.m. I could have walked away already. I made about $500 in this trade. I could have walked away. But because I normally go live on Discord or Zoom with my team, probably 10 minutes before 9:30, I actually go live so they can see me trade live. I decided to, give it another go, give it another chance. So I was waiting for 9:30, and I wanted to be with my team when if I was going to take another position, and I was very interested in taking these highs now, all this low resistance liquidity run. So I wanted to target that. I love the fact that we tapped a daily fair value gap. We have a big ass divergence at the bottom because S&P, look at this. There's a big divergence. Where is this low? All right, you see. Look at this low. Is this low? See, this low right here is this low on S&P. And notice that this recent low that we swept this double bottom, notice this low, where's that low? Look at where it is, right here. So look at how bullish S&P is looking, right? Nasdaq is the weaker pair right now. And I could have entered if I wanted, probably right here as well. I could have taken the buy, targeting that highs, those highs right there, right? And notice that S&P was the one that took those highs first. Well, let me see. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Those highs are these highs. Yeah, because we have also another divergence at the very top. You can see that Nasdaq, when it created this high, notice right here at the top, S&P overnight, over these 2 days, was creating highs. And Nasdaq was weaker, very weak, was creating lows, right? It was going for that liquidity. So anyways, there's a big divergence at the bottom. When I saw that divergence, I was like, okay, it definitely makes sense to now start looking for long positions, right? So when I saw this displacement right here at 9 a.m. in the morning, big push right there. Nice fair value gap creation right here, right? Price pull back to the fair value gap, close above. There's a change in the state of delivery right here. So this is a little order block. Change in the state. I was taking the buy right there. From here, I was actually trailing, then ended up moving my stops to break even once price was above and halfway up my target. Now, just to let you know that I'm still holding a position, still holding a small position right here. I left a runner targeting those highs right there. So I'm still in this trade with my team. As you can see here, hold on, let me bring. If you want to be, by the way, part of my team, you can visit my website, teamprofitsenglish.com. I'm still holding this position, right? If you also want to follow me on my Instagram, I'll leave the links in the description. All the links are in the description. If you want to join my free Telegram, if you want to join my Instagram, if you want to check it out and see what I'm offering right now, which is I'm offering a bundle. I'm providing a lifetime mentorship, right? It's a one-time payment and you're part of my team forever, right? You only pay one time and you're part of my team forever, okay? I teach. I'm a mentor. I don't sell signals. I don't want you to join because you can take signals basically from me, but it's not the deal. It's not what I want you guys to do. If you are planning on learning what I do, I recommend you checking it out. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new in this channel, if you're new for the first time, you're coming for the first time here, just make sure to subscribe, give it a like. It motivates me to keep posting content for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right, take it easy.